Andre, how are you?
Doing well.
Short notice opportunity, man. I guess where were you when you got the call?
Yeah, so me and my coach and my teammate were in Thailand. We were at Bang Tao in Phuket. Still training, you know what I mean, but vacation, you know.
Um, I guess when you got that phone call, like, was it did you have to think about it, or was it like, yeah, I'm
No,
taking
my
this?
first thought was no because I was registered for the trials. I was going to do the ADCC trials, but obviously the juice was worth the squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah, I did want to ask you about going out to Thailand. Was it more of a vacation thing, or was it to go out there and get some training as well?
Both for sure. Yeah, both.
Being out there and training, how'd you enjoy it?
Oh, it was incredible. The Hickman brothers, they run Bang Tao. It's awesome, man. They have like just a whole slew of like great Thai trainers, different Muay Thai guys, and it's just like endless work there. Like from 6 a.m. till nighttime. There's just classes all day long. Like just a wealth of knowledge. And Thailand's like beautiful. Like the weather's great. I got to see some elephants. Like it was awesome. Yeah, I love Thailand. Like if it wasn't so far, like the travel was brutal. But if it wasn't so far, I would make it a regular thing for sure.
Do you see yourself going back out there at some
Yeah,
point?
definitely.
So, how do you with Michel Pereira coming up to middleweight?
Yeah.
Obviously, I guess how do you see this kind of matchup going?
I mean, I would say it's pretty typical striker versus grappler. You know, I think my striking has come a long way, and we're going to see that, especially on Saturday. But yeah, I love the matchup. Obviously, I would have loved the matchup like on a full camp, obviously more. But I took it on 10 days' notice for a reason. So
I don't know if you saw it, but there was people, I guess, critical of your last fight because they said that you gassed in that third round.
yeah,
Do you agree with that? Like, or was it just kind of the circumstances where you and GM3 were just swinging?
both. Like I definitely didn't conserve my energy the way I could have or should have. Learning experience for sure. Continues to be a learning experience. But yeah, I mean, it was a good fight. Like it was a lot of back and forth. I think that I definitely used a lot of energy trying to finish him in the second when I dropped him. So yeah, it was a good fight.
Like you said, your striking has come a long way. Like, do you plan on striking with Michelle, or is your grappling just so much better than his that you obviously see a clear victory?
I'm comfortable wherever the fight goes, but my advantage is on the ground for sure.
Are you planning to go back out to ADCC, or are you?
No,
Or is that
that's
kind of
this
past?
weekend.
It's past.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I wanted to ask. Obviously, Pfeiffer picked up a big win
Yeah.
last weekend. What were your thoughts on his win?
Incredible, man. Super proud for him. Kid definitely works hard. Has been through a lot. So I've been with Joey since before we were even on this team. So we came up through like his first amateur fight. I remember, and so he's come a long way. He always had the ability, but he's definitely grown like exponentially, especially since he's been with the Renzo Gracie team or Marquez MMA. Yeah, I'm super happy for him. I like to see he's doing well and he's getting the notoriety he deserves.
And then finally, I just wanted your thoughts on Sean Strickland winning the championship.
I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that there's a big lack in grappling at the top for sure. So it's exciting to me.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Andre over here. Do you feel like as if this is gonna be like your breakout fight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about my breakout. I think Maximov was a big name, but it's another name. It's another big fight, and yeah, I would say so. Let's go with that.
Fair enough. And if all goes well for you and you pick up a win over Pereira, where would you see yourself 1 year from today?
I mean, my next fight has to be a top 15 guy. If not the Bo Nickal fight, then definitely a top 15 guy. There's quite a few guys in the top 15 that I got my eye on for sure.
That carries over right into my next question. Anyone that follows you on socials know how adamant you are towards fighting Bo Nickal. Is that something you're still very eagerly looking forward to one day?
Yeah, for sure. I continue to want to prove that I'm the best grappler in this division, and I think I do that. I continue to go out and prove it. And so, Bo seems to think so too. So, let's figure it out.
And you obviously featured on The Ultimate Fighter, season 29. What were your biggest takeaways from that season, not just from the fighting perspective, but also maybe just development as a human or anything like that?
Yeah, I think that I definitely realized that, I can do well with, a lot of structure. The Ultimate Fighter was everything's set out for you, no distractions. They remove all the distractions from your life. You have no phone, no TV, no internet, and, practice is set every day. It's 12 and 6 or 2 and 4, whatever it is. And that's it. That's your only focus is going to practice and getting ready for a fight. So, I think I do very well on that. I think that I grew a lot as a martial artist and as a fighter during that period. Granted, I did have some amazing coaches, Henner Gracie and Brian. I would get 2-hour privates from Henner every day. He would come in, he'd be who wants to work today? And, so-and-so would be cutting weight, so-and-so would be hurt. And I'd be I'm here, because I fought first. I was the first fight, so I had, all that time off where I didn't have a fight on the show. So I was able to work with him every day, so I learned, so much from him.
Do you still keep in touch with Henzo and Brian and all them that you worked with?
Yeah, I went out right before his fight with Yair. I was in Vegas for Joey, and then I flew to L.A., and I got COVID in L.A. and I had to leave.
And from that same season, what's your take on all, it seems like a couple of you guys have picked up some big wins I'm referring to the cast. What's your take on all that?
Yeah, from the Ultimate Fighter or from my team?
Just in general, from Team Bulk and Ortega.
Yeah. I love, I've seen quite a few guys. Brady and Mitch Raposa were here. But yeah, obviously Brian Battle's doing well. I think he's 4-1. I'm 5-0. So, obviously there was a lot of talent on that show, and it goes to show there's a couple of us that are doing very well now.
And there's another Brady, Sean Brady. He returns to action not too far from now. What can the people expect?
Yeah, that's a great fight, honestly. I've always been a fan of Gastelum, watching him growing up, and obviously Sean is a stud, and I'll be tuning in for sure.
And lastly, what's the message you're looking to make on the MMA world this Saturday night?
I'm here to stay. Yeah, I'm here to stay, and I'm here to stay in the top 15.
Thank you.
You've been doing more and more commentary work. Are you enjoying that sort of stuff, and how do you see that helping your career as a fighter as well?
Yeah, I love it. The CFFC and Rob Haydek and John Morgan, just they make it so easy for me. I come, they have the homework. John's awesome. He knows everything. So it's I enjoy it. It's I get a front seat, a front ticket seat to the fight, and I get to add my insight and what I think. It's a great job, yeah.
Do you feel like the breaking down of other people when you're really sort of watching it helps you as a fighter too when you go into either training or breaking down your past tape?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I've always been a student, student first, fighter second. So as a martial artist, watching fights and breaking them down, and once in a while someone brings something new to the table. It's that all really appeals to me.
Obviously, you still got a long fighting career, but is that sort of a direction of where you're hoping things can go as a possibility after your fighting days are done?
I'm always available for commentating, for sure.
One follow-up from me. It's heavily implied that Paulo Costa is not going to be fighting Khamzat next weekend. So who do you think steps up? And obviously, if you weren't fighting Michel Pereira, would you have stepped up and fought Khamzat?
For the right price, I would fight anybody. Yeah, I'll fight Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Do Do you think someone steps up and fights Hamzat next weekend?
I mean, if they're smart, they will. Yeah.